Today we're cooking chicken Alfredo, or just regular Alfredo. Very quick, easy ingredients. There we go. So what we're going to start doing, melt our butter. Low heat. Give it a little stir right in the middle. Just melting some butter. Super simple. So our ingredients are 2 tablespoons of butter, about a tablespoon or more or less of garlic, fresh. We got 8 ounces of Parmesan cheese. So this right here, just a block, grind it up. You don't want to use the shake cheese that has chemical that or something in it that doesn't melt. We got a little over a cup of heavy whipping cream. A little over a cup. You can see just, you want a more creamier Alfredo, you have a little bit more cream. So this is melting. Let's get in there. And turn up the heat, but you don't want to burn it. So we take it nice and slow. Let's get comfy, cozy. Forgot which one I had. Just some water. Gotta stay hydrated, especially if you're working out. Gotta stay very hydrated. Our butter's almost melted. Takes about maybe 10 to 15 minutes to make an awesome Alfredo that's very competitive to the restaurant brands. With just these ingredients here, butter, garlic, a little bit of flour, and some heavy cream. I mean, we could add some veggie mate, but that could be for a different stream. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. So butter's melted, all the way melted. We're going to turn it down to about medium heat, medium to low. Going to add the garlic, about a tablespoon or less or more. It's all to your flavor. You don't have to add garlic, but the person I'm making this for likes garlic, so we're going to get as much as we can. We're just going to brown that up a little bit, just mix that in here. There we go. So we'll add that. It's always an awesome smell when you're cooking garlic and butter. It smells awesome. We're just going to let that go for a second. Brown up a bit. Then we'll add our flour. Let me turn that down, make sure it doesn't burn. Got the recipe up here. We also got a handwritten recipe right there. So she's coming up to what we like. Add that. So we add the butter. Checking the recipe, we add the butter, then the garlic, then the heavy cream. But we gotta add the flour, so we'll turn that down. We'll add, where's my whisk? I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Skylar. Hey, Juicy Killer, Monster Justin. Making some Alfredo. So we're just going to add just a little bit of this to the butter, kind of mix it. Just kind of want to sprinkle it in there. Don't want to add too much at one time, but it's okay if you do it. It's a process, right? How was today's pickup? I was so busy at work, I wasn't sure if you guys did a video today. We had the power outage, so yeah, it was fun working up there. You're going to want to mix this into kind of like a paste. And we're about right about there. Kind of get it to like a thick paste almost. Hope you guys can see that consistency. Turn down that. Then we're going to add some heavy cream. And with the same thing, we're going to just add the cream little at a time. Just stir. Some people like to add more cream. We'll do it this way. More cream to have it taste creamier versus the more cheese, I guess. I did a little more cheese. We'll stir that in. Give it a quick stir. And again, you can always adjust the cream and the cheese to your liking. I don't suggest using shredded cheese. Let's read some of the comments. Hey, Logan. I'm sorry, Logan. That's okay. I'm sorry you're in pain, brother. But, it's okay. Here, we'll adjust this. We'll set this down. And that's okay if you want your pain to be inflicted to others, but we'll just do that for a few minutes. I'm sorry you're in pain, brother. Hopefully watching me cook will help. We're all in pain. I was born with spinal conditions, so watching me do those handstand push-ups with my condition, yeah, it's probably something that doctors would tell me, no, you shouldn't do. But hey, we do it. We push ourselves. Hey, I appreciate that. There we go. But appreciate you guys being here. We're whipping this up. It's getting kind of where we need it. It'll thicken up. Then we'll add the cheese slowly. And then add a pinch of Vegemite for Pete. He'd be like, please send me some. It'd be nice over in Australia to all the different cuisines they have. So this is about where we need it. It's kind of getting there. It's thickening up a bit. It'll just keep thickening the more you heat it. So I add a little bit of cheese. Let me break up this cheese a little bit. I shredded it. We used an 8 ounce block of cheese, Parmesan. Some people can use maybe Romano, but this is just like some of the big box stores have. We'll turn that on and keep mixing it. We're on low heat, low to medium, I would say. Hey, Shadow, we're making Alfredo sauce. Basically 4 or 5 ingredients. We used some of this type of cheese, black cheese, some garlic. I had about 3 tablespoons, or no, 1 tablespoon, and maybe 10 to 12 ounces of heavy whipping cream. So as you can see, it's melting. We could go ahead and add a little more. We can keep stirring. But I use the bigger pan. The surface area kind of works a little better, spreads out evenly. And again, we're just going to add little sprinkles of cheese. You can always add more or less cheese or cream to your liking. A lot of times people will do, equal parts of cheese and heavy whipping cream. Hey Jesse, I appreciate you being here. I was driving, I watched your stream, I tried to respond, I stopped, and you'd have restarted. I'm like, oh man, I gotta get back in traffic. But I've been there every morning, and that's for Jesse and all three Justins that I know, I guess, on YouTube. If I'm there early in the morning, I sometimes wake up with a stomach ache, so I'm fighting the urge to not want to take off of work or anything, but I'm always there, so I'm trying to get you guys some watch hours and smashing that like button for you guys, and I appreciate that's why you guys are here. Oh yeah, same here. I was like, oh man, I have a moderator on here, but that person's super fresh to YouTube, so they don't understand exactly how to do everything, and that's okay. It's a process. I know they're on here watching right now, and we love you guys, everybody that's on here. I appreciate you guys. Keep stirring this. We might have to add a little more heavy whipping cream. This is what it's looking like now. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's very competitive to what you would get at the Italian restaurants in the U.S. Let's just say that. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble or anything. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more cream to that. So basically, just your heavy whipping cream. Just add just a little bit more, because I know they like it creamy versus too cheesy. And again, all it does is it takes it from more like a cheese down to that sort of consistency. And it's some people like it super, super thick. But you don't have to have it like that. So we'll turn that off, let that sit for a minute while we stir this. And we add a little bit more cream. I don't like adding it all because in case you, it's easier to add some more cream than pull it out, because a lot of times you put all your cheese in, and this is kind of where we're getting it. I know the person I'm making this for is going to love it. So that's almost the consistency they love. So I'm going to be ending this stream soon after this. As soon as I'm done making this, I'll answer some comments and respond to any questions, so I can drive it over to their house, because I love this person. Yay! I don't know if they want to be announced on my live stream yet, but when they do, I will. It'll be kind of like a big reveal. Hey, Candy K, how are you? I appreciate you coming in. Yes, we're right at the end of it. So basically, yeah, all we used, heat is off. All we used was some heavy whipping cream. I grated or shredded some 8 ounces of Parmesan cheese. We added a little bit of flour, 2 tablespoons. You can add less if you want. You use the flour as a thickening agent, which is good. And right now, if you can see, it's pretty awesome. It smells so divine. I'm sure everybody that comes over, and then at least today or tomorrow will be like, what were you cooking in here? That smells awesome. Yeah, hey, I appreciate everybody checking out everybody else's channel. A lot of times I might be in a meeting and I'm sneaking, like, hey, you gotta get me some of this, fast energy, day 12 progression, or maybe it's Adventures in the Oud, inspirational video, or Justin's Journals is up in Scotland right now. That's where my grandmother's from. Our family, some of my family's Scottish, which is pretty cool. And they came right from Scotland to here, basically, where we had awesome times. I got to meet her when I was a little kid. She spoke with a very Scottish accent. She'd always roll her R's. I wish I could do it, but I'd have to practice. But again, so we cooked 2 tablespoons of butter on low heat until it was melted. We added about a tablespoon of garlic, kind of stirred it up to brown it, and not melt away all the butter. We added the flour, stirred it until it was like a paste. Then we added about 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream and stirred it on low to medium heat. Everybody's stoves are different, but this is how I know she loves it, or they love it. For my daughter, I can say that. My baby girl, I should say. No matter how old she gets, they will always be your baby girl. Or even if she's taller than me, she'll always be my baby girl. But, so we're going to wrap this stream up. I appreciate you guys for being here. Let me answer some of the questions. For all y'all don't know, Justin from Juicy Killer Monster. That's Justin right there. We got Lucy, his wife, who I used in one of my shorts. She has an awesome voice. So Justin's got an awesome voice. Miss Lucy's got an awesome voice. And they have a daughter, Hannah, and it's a very talented family. And being in choir, I can appreciate singing. I might not have been the best singer, but I did have a little solo, I would say, in 12th grade. But let me read some of these. I appreciate you're here to support everybody's community. We're an awesome community. Try to give you a little show off one of my silver coins that we have in common now, Jesse. I got myself one. So you got the Green Goblin, which was Jesse for Halloween. I didn't know that. I promise on anything you want me to. And then you have Spider-Man. And it's a pretty cool coin. Sorry, the reflection is popping, but be ready for a giveaway, I guess. And that's all I can say on that. It'll be coming. I do hope you have an awesome evening, Justin. I know it's Super late where you guys are. It's probably like at least 5 hours from where Jesse and I are. Sobriety, you said? Definitely. Don't do drugs. This is just water, which is right here. Just water. I get up super early in the morning. I go to bed like 9, 10 o'clock, and the first time I wake up is 12. Then I go back to bed for like maybe 40 minutes, and sometimes I'm up for the rest of the day. I can be at work sometimes at midnight and get my 8 hour shift in. Not always, but when the bosses allow it and say, hey, this has got to get done, they know they can count on me. Hey, Shane will be here at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he'll be in an awesome mood, try to help everybody. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Oh, no, you're good. I got in a bad car accident when I was a young adult, and paralyzed the whole one side of my face. So yeah, luckily I have a lot of movement back in it, but for over one whole year I couldn't even move one side of my face. I got rear-ended. That I didn't even know it. I went to bed the next day. I had a couple knots on my head. I wake up and my dad comes over and he's like, I thought I was looking in the mirror. I was doing like the Elvis thing, like, hey, blah, 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 whatever he does. I was trying to be cool Elvis. And I did do it to my dad. And then I stopped. My dad's like, man, what are you on? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, the whole one side of your face isn't moving. Did they give you anything at the hospital? And I go, I didn't even go to the hospital. I felt fine outside of me hitting my head and cracking the windshield and smashing this or breaking the steering wheel. I have a hard head, but yeah, when I woke up and the whole side of my face was paralyzed, I couldn't blink. Yeah, and as a young adult, image is everything. So you can imagine the stuff that was going on in my head when I had to walk out, and I thinking everybody's looking at me because I'm this young kid and I can't move part of my face. But I do have a little bit of a lisp because of it, and that's okay. I find it funny. If you watch some of my shorts, you'll see, you'll understand why I was born one way, and with surgery I was changed, and it definitely brightened up my day when I was 5 years old. And that was only because I got picked on so much because I had one crossed eye, and people didn't like that, I guess. I'm like, I will be your friend, and yeah, Dad made sure back in the day we didn't have insurance, and the price was 10 grand back in the early super 80s. My dad came in there with this big stack of cash because they made you pay first if you have insurance. And the lady at the hospital, they're like, oh, you have to go downstairs and pay. This is where you pay. And my dad puts it down. The lady just hit this emergency button. All the alarms in the mall or in the hospital start going off. The door locked shut and security came. She was worried that back then that something was going to happen from the point of pickup to where their vault was so they can store their money in their vault. But I had my surgery done at a well-known person. They were on the Oprah show after they did my, or not the Oprah show, one of the morning shows talking about how eye surgery works and ophthalmology, and the benefits of doing this and that, but they don't do the surgery anymore, from what I understand. It's more of a success rate if they do something else. I don't know what that something else is, but the coins, yeah, that's pretty cool. I just I seen this little coin, and I thought, oh man, that'd be pretty cool if Jesse had one of those, because everybody on his stream says he looks like Green Goblin, which is right there. And I'm like, oh, Jesse versus Spider-Man. Not knowing that his brother was Spider-Man, everybody would be like, oh, who would win in Spider-Man versus Goblin? I would always say the Goblin, Jesse, but I didn't know that Justin was the Spider-Man, for Halloween. I wouldn't have said it. I would have used a different analogy. No, yeah, a lot of stuff had happened, but everybody's got their struggles, and it's how we get up every morning and try to put a happy face on. So we're about where we need it. It's really, really thick, where she kind of loves it, kind of like that. It's definitely, I want to say, if you're making this for a family, you would at least use a full box of fettuccine, Alfredo, or a pasta of your choice. Let me see if I have some. I would be making her some, and I have the noodles right here. Sorry, everybody. But she's going to make some other noodles, plus the noodles might be cold by the time I drive it over there. I understand. Not that she lives too far, but I do appreciate you guys being here. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do a workout stream. We'll probably be continuing with half-carded decks. I really enjoy the randomness of it. I normally work out super early in the morning, and I'll do all my push-ups at one time. I'll do all my sit-ups after that, and then I'll work on my 2 sets of curls. It's super easy for me. I do the half reps or the half motion for the push-ups. Kind of same with the sit-ups. I think I might have did a live where I did some in here. But I do appreciate you guys being here. Let me see where we're at. No, yeah. They're always getting that. So if you're watching Jesse's live, somebody always, he'd get 300 or 400 people on there, and somebody would be like, hey man, it's the Green Goblin, or William Dafoe. That's what the reference was. They always say he looks like William Dafoe. But if anything, it's just because people recognize an awesome smile, and Jesse has one, and so does William Dafoe. William Dafoe, if he wanted to, he could get jacked like that, I guess. Make sure we represent Juicy Killer Monster. But, hey, I do hope you guys all have an awesome evening. I'm going to be ending the stream. Super simple Alfredo. We'll do a rundown. 8 ounces of your block cheese. You don't want to use shredded cheese because, the shredded cheese contains sucrose, something that doesn't melt easily. So we just shredded up our own. Super simple, just bam, bam, bam. We had flour, 2 tablespoons of flour. We used a tablespoon of garlic, a little bit over a half a cup, or a cup and maybe 10 ounces of heavy whipping cream, which we added more later to thicken it up. And this will definitely thicken up in the fridge. Super easy to reheat it. You can put it in the microwave, maybe 5-10 seconds at a time. Continually stir. If you need to thin it up, you can add a little bit of couple drops of your leftover heavy cream. It lasts in the freezer for about 2 to 3 months. Lasts in the refrigerator for 3 days. I've had it longer, but again, it's safe to say 3 days. Appreciate you guys being here. We got Vegemite. Still want to have that on a live. Maybe I can finish a workout and throw some toast in and put some cheese on it and try some Vegemite. But please don't forget to check out everybody else's that's been responding in here if you haven't. If you're watching this on replay, I hope you all have a very blessed evening. And for Steve, I finally, Crossroads Podcast, they kept sending me tons of the wrong shirts. So these ones were 5X, but I finally got your size. Amazon let me keep these, so they're like, it's good. But so you'll have a tracking number soon. So will all my moderators. If you can get me your address or PO box, or if you have a problem, we can figure it out. I will try to look up and see what stores will accept packages on other people's behalfs. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you can hear some of the birds chirping in the background. Had to turn off the TV. Didn't want to get copyrighted. But this is my precious daughter. So she's just a little bit bigger. I can still hold her in my arms no matter how big she gets, but she'll always be Daddy's little girl. And on that note, I thank you guys for checking out my cooking stream. I'm going to try to continually do this at least on a Monday or maybe a Friday, free-for-all Friday. Maybe we can do a cooking stream and go to something else we're doing. I think it'd be pretty awesome. It's not my idea, but I'm trying to get him to run with it. And it's a him, so that's a hint. And maybe you've seen his feet in one of my last lives. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a very awesome, blessed evening. Little Shane out.